Alright guys, today we're going to be taking this yearling ham from a doe that we shot. We're going to turn it into a little bit of a roast, make some sandwich meat. Follow along and we'll show you how to do it. Start off with, I'm just going to clean it up. This will be burger or stew meat. Any trimmings that we take off of here, anything you don't want in your sandwich, go ahead and cut off now. This ham's been aging for about a week. Let it hang for a couple days with the skin still on, and then aged it some more in a little bit of a cooler. You just want to trim it up and get it looking nice. Make sure there's no hair or any excess fat. Other than that, it's pretty simple. There is a gland down here along the bone, and you'll want to get that out. So all I'm going to do is trace the bone here and open up these joints of meat.
I feel like that's a giant heart and you're like...
So you can do it with the bone in. I like to take the bone out because it lets me open up the roast and get this little gland right here out. For those of you that have people that don't like gamey flavored meat, it's important to get all these glands. You'll see it with this in this fat deposit right here.
Ew.
There's a little gland right here that you don't want in your sandwiches, so we take it out.
Oh.
Alright, now we can roll it back up and that'll be our roast. Get your roast ready, go ahead and preheat your oven. We're going to cook it at 350 today. And it'll go for about an hour and a half to an hour, depending on the size of your roast. This is a small roast, so we'll probably only do it for an hour.
Look at that. It looks pretty good though. Ooh, he's got the red pepper flakes out. That's my favorite part. Ooh, yay! Rosemary. That's become like my favorite thing to put on food here lately. And you can never go wrong with garlic, guys.
Alright, so again, pretty simple recipe. We just want to pour equal amounts Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce to cover the bottom of the pan. I like to roll the roast in it, that way it coats it. You can open it up and get some on the inside. Then I roll the roast back up to the way it was with the bone in and put the cut side down. The rest of this is to your preference. My wife likes hot stuff, so we add the red pepper flakes. Onion powder is my preference. Garlic always adds a good flavor to wild game. Just a little bit of rosemary leaves on top.
Yay.
My grandpa, which is where this recipe originated, has a rosemary bush out in his yard, and he always goes and picks a fresh sprig and lays it on top, so that's why I use the rosemary. And then to my wife's disappointment, I will put some salt on this.
Yeah, I do not like salt at all.
But it's okay to leave the salt out because you're going to be slicing this up later once it cools and adding it to a sandwich so people can salt and pepper their sandwiches to their liking. And then just a little black pepper.
Yay, more pepper. Looks flavorful, guy. All kinds of pretty colors in there.
Alright, we'll come back to you guys once the oven's preheated and we'll put her in for an hour. Alright, so the oven's ready. We'll go ahead and open her up and put the roast in. And we'll set our time for 1 hour. We're actually going to set it for 45 to 50 minutes to start with and check on it. And if it's done through, then we'll go ahead and pull it out. But we'll let it cook as long as an hour and a half, however long it needs. Don't be wasteful with your deer meat, so I always like to try to trim off as much as I can. And if you got a well-behaved squirrel dog like I do, raw deer meat's an excellent choice for treats. Anything off this ham bone can be either used for stew meat or ground burger, or with a small amount. We did pretty good trimming the bone here. This small amount we'll probably just add to the dog food.
Bill will be happy.
You can boil the bone down for bone stock. Helps keep you from working so hard if you have a sharp knife too, so if it starts getting dull, don't be afraid to touch it up while you're in the middle of working. Mine's still pretty sharp, but every once in a while I'll bring out the honing steel and just give it a couple good passes. Just keeps your blade good. It's okay.
No, thank you. You did it with finesse, babe.
Alright. I'll go ahead and give half of this to the dog now. She's been quietly waiting.
Aw, Belle, he giving you a treat? The other ones want one too.
My sister doesn't like anybody feeding her dogs, but we'll each give them a little taste. Finn! Riley, come here.
Oh.
Alright Alright guys, it's been our 45 minutes. We're going to pull it out real fast and check the temperature. I usually look for an internal temperature of 145 to 150. It's probably not there yet, but we'll give it a check anyhow. It's looking like around 104 degrees, so we'll give her a few more minutes and let her make sure she gets to that internal temperature.
It smells good.
Alright, it's been another 15 minutes.
Ooh. It smells so good.
We'll call it 130, so it probably needs another 10 more minutes. Tip to allow your wild game is not to overcook it, so if you can watch the temperature, it's best that you do so. Alright, see you in 10 minutes. There we go. We got a temperature of 145 and rising, so we'll call that good. We'll let her sit here and cool for a little bit. And usually I don't eat it hot. I'll put it in the fridge and let it cool. Makes it easier to slice, and we'll have some venison sandwiches. Alright, she's been cooling a little while, so it's come to a pretty stable internal temperature. We'll start slicing it. You see it slices very well and doesn't fall apart. Good medium well done roast. And all we do is slice it real thin for sandwiches. It's even easier to slice once it cools down. But just treat it like you would any deli roast. Real tender meat. I'd eat it.
Question is, though, would I eat it? I think that's a good question to ask.
Yep.
It's pretty good. You can't really tell it's deer meat. And it is kind of spicy, which I like. Good job, man. Good. Might put some hot sauce on it, though.
Hot sauce?
Just for a little extra.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about it being sandwich meat. You can use it to build your sandwich however you want.
Yep.
Alright, so the roast is cooled off. Time to make some sandwiches. It's a little bit before dinner. We're just wanting a snack, so we're only going to do half a sandwich each. me, I just like mayonnaise, a little bit of salt and pepper.
Ugh.
She doesn't like salt.
Yeah, just ignore all of my gross noises in the background.
I drank a bottle of water once.
Split her up.
I have plenty if you.
Do you have venison half sandwich?
I have there's part of Jay's slipper Jay had, and I got like a whole 40 pack in my car.
Good.
Very good. We'll let her show you how she makes hers. I'm gonna keep eating while y'all guys watch her.
Well then. Alright, put a lot of pepper. Move this far away from me.
Jay's in her sleep clothes.
And hot sauce.
Alright, well,
Make you mess. It's
you need me to